What is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Leeds United Career Mode. We're into episode number 98 now, and in today's episode we have the long-awaited Champions League quarter-final against Bayern Munich. It's going to be an interesting one. Oh, not Bayern Munich, sorry, Barcelona is what I meant to say. It's going to be quite an interesting one. Their team is pretty damn incredible, if I do say so myself, of course. We took Neymar off them, though, and he is 95 rated. He's a part of the Leeds United lineup that plays against them today at Ellen Road. They still have, though, an incredible front three. I'll tell you their team once we get into game. Their front three is an absolute monstrosity of just quality everywhere. They've got Hazard, they've got, I think, Griezmann, they've got Messi, and then on the bench, they've got Suarez. Mental. It's mental to see how many players they've got who could easily walk into our team. But I have a question for you guys today in today's episode of the Leeds United Career Mode, and that was touched upon yesterday in the Road to Glory Career Mode, and it was, should I continue this series and just move clubs at the end of the season? I said we were going to end on 100 episodes, but if you guys want, I am willing to continue this series alongside the Road to Glory one and just move clubs at the end. Let me know what you think in the comments, because I don't want to sort of do it and then not upload the Road to Glory. I think what I'll do is I'll probably upload it alongside the Road to Glory and alongside the My Player, and then if I ever get around to uploading Ultimate Team episodes or whatever, then I'll do that as well, because sometimes I do play Ultimate Team, but then on other occasions when I don't have the time to do so, I tend not to like sort of get into the whole playing of Ultimate Team stuff style things. So if you want me to continue this series and move to a different club at the end of this season, then let me know in the comments below. I was planning on uploading another career mode that we just had a basically where we start again with a team in a different league that's not English leagues, but I could do that quite easily by joining another team at the end of this season. So let me know now in the comments below, and I'll take into consideration what you guys say, and I'll act upon that. But we got off to the perfect start in this one against Barcelona at Ellen Road here. 22 minutes in. Former Barcelona man Neymar went down in the area thanks to an Umtiti challenge. Red card for the centre-back, and not only that, we have ourselves a penalty kick. Neymar very unhappy with the challenge there. If you see the challenge back in a second, it was a very, very dangerous tackle, and it could have quite easily broken Neymar's ankle here. But thankfully, he did stand up straight from it. There it is, stood straight into the ankle. But in the end, Neymar stood and basically had a little go at Umtiti. But in the end, it is going to be Neymar to take this spot kick. He is at Ellen Road, so of course, not at the new camp and not playing against in front of his former fans. He goes towards the left. Ter Stegen guesses right, but unfortunately for the Barcelona faithful, who travelled all the way to England to watch this at Ellen Road, he could not make the save, and Neymar made it 1-0 to us here in the first leg, and we got off to the perfect start playing against 10 men Barcelona. It looks as if this game could go out of the reach of the Spanish Giants, and at the end of the day, when you're against 10 men, it either goes one way or the other. You either do really well and concede no goals at all and absolutely dominate the game, or it becomes increasingly difficult to play against 10 men. And we got ourselves a corner in the second half here. Ter Stegen beats the corner away, but it comes to Reece Oxford out of all the players to strike a ball, and what a strike it was from the young Englishman as he absolutely pile drives one goalwards, but it comes back off the bar. And it got bad for us because I lost the header there with Grimaldo. It came into the path of Koulibaly here for the Barcelona team. He gets it inside, and it's a good save initially from Lou, and then Gomez tries to win it back, and I should have absolutely just let that go for a corner, because in the end it comes back in the penalty area. I make a stupid mistake. We absolutely take the Barcelona man down, but unfortunately for us, not able to do it in time, and Eden Hazard equalises the score at 1-1. But in the 90th minute of the game, legs were tiring. Martial still got a nice bit of fitness. I got the ball with him. I had no pass on, and here is just the best bit to do. And Carvalho misses his challenge there, get past him, run straight through on goal, gets there just ahead of Ter Stegen to make it 2-1 in the 90th minute. So playing against 10 men Barcelona, they'd done everything they could in their power to get themselves back level in this game, and it wasn't to be. They would concede in the 90th minute through the legs of Anthony Martial just running through the Barcelona defence. And if I have to say anything, guys, the midfield and the defence of Barcelona are definitely weaker than what they had at the beginning of the career mode, because obviously with retirements to Iniesta and stuff like that, they've not got the team that they once had. But on top of that, their midfield is too defensive for me. Busquets, Carvalho and Sergi Samper, they haven't really got an attacking threat, and they must have just thought that their front three was attacking enough to try and break us down. But also defensively, they don't look good at all either. With Albert left back, yes, he's okay, but then they've got Sergio Roberto at right back, and the two defenders of Koulibaly and Umtiti it was today, but in the end they end up having Shule and I think Koulibaly come into the next one, because of course Barcelona have that red card, meaning Umtiti cannot play in the second leg against us. Liverpool beating Real Madrid by a 1-0 there as well, so they look as if they are going to go through to the next round if they can hold their nerve at home. But, you know, Barcelona's team, as much as I want to say I feared it, I really didn't. They don't have a team of you know, players that I really think are that great, in all honesty. Like, they have a good team, but I've seen better teams and we've played against better teams. So it is what it is. And as much as I was fearing that Spanish Giants game, I'm not really fearing it too much when you look at their team in the long run. But we had a Premier League game to mix up between the two legs of the Barcelona game here, because of course we play both legs in the same episode. We've got this game against West Ham, and you know, the league title's pretty much wrapped up, I'd say, if I say so myself. It's pretty much done, and there's no team that's ever going to catch us, and that was the way it was looking like, as even when we came into it and started off the season the way we did. Unfortunately, of course, with that one defeat to Arsenal, it means we cannot go unbeaten, though, and you can see the West Ham team about to pop up on your screen. It's not a bad team, in honesty. And, of course, in real life, Dimitri Payet is rejecting and does not want to play for West Ham anymore and wants to move clubs. And, you know, if that was any other job, right, if Payet was you know, let's say a postman, and he was like, I'm not coming into work today, he wouldn't be getting paid. So I genuinely hope that West Ham are not paying him his wage if he's not training, because at the end of the day, if that was any other job out there, you would not be getting paid for that if you just, you know, rejected to turn into work at the end of the day. So I'm a bit annoyed at the fact that Payet, who is a professional footballer and has a lot of role models to look up, or is a role model for a lot of young kids out there to look up to, for him to say that he doesn't want to play for a club that's paying his wages, that for me is not good. And I'll say that every day of the week about any player out there, even if he is one of the greatest players in the world. If he's refusing to play and at the end of the day he's getting paid for it and that's his job, you can't do that in the world of football, especially if you've got young kids that look up to you and stuff like that. And it just really gets on my nerves when I see stuff like this, because yeah, you can want to move clubs, yeah, you can not want to play for a club, but at the same time, you know, there's loads of people who would want to be in that position of being a professional footballer, and they just haven't got the quality to do it. And the fact that Payet has, and yet he's refusing to play, it really, really winds me up. But you know, I won't go into too much about it. But nothing really happened in this game. I mean, it was a very boring, edgy game towards the back end of it as well. I had a couple of chances during the game to get myself ahead, but I just could not find a goal. And then in the end, in the 90th minute, I thought we were going to lose it because West Ham came forward at this point. I really made a mistake there. I don't know what on earth Eric Bailly was doing in coming that far up the pitch, but eventually it falls its way to Andre Ayew here on the right-hand side, gives it back inside, and a fantastic save from Leno has to deny them to keep us 0-0 in this game. And from the corner, they whip it in, and it really doesn't come to much of anything as Andre Ayew is on this corner ball. Whips it in, as I said, it doesn't really come to anything as we manage to clear it. But the referee blew his whistle, we pick up a 0-0 draw, so we get ourselves a point in the league. Not too bad. I mean, as I say to you guys, as long as we're not losing games, that is the bonus of it. But you can see by the match facts, we had 9 shots, 5 of those on target, and we drew the game 0-0. So lack of finishing in that one. But you can say as well, it was down to the fact that I had to name well, I wouldn't say a weaker team, but I didn't have my my standard forwards out there. I had El Ghazi, and I would have liked to have said that he would have been able to finish it, but it is what it is. And we took on Barcelona here for the second leg with a 2-1 aggregate lead. And actually, guys, I thought we'd be playing at the Nou Camp, but apparently not. I don't know what happened. We're not playing at the Nou Camp for this one. It's some stadium in Spain. I don't quite know which one it is, but I know for a fact it's not the Nou Camp. And I was surprised, actually, because unless they've changed club, unless they've changed stadium, sorry, I didn't think that this was possible. There it is, El Libertador. I don't know. I've never heard of that stadium before, unless that's what the Nou Camp is called, but I'm pretty sure that's not the Nou Camp there that you're seeing on your screen. I'm 100% sure of it, but I was actually a bit weirded out to see the fact that we weren't playing at the Nou Camp. I don't know if you saw there as well, guys. There is actually 3 other English teams in this semi-final. So we've got ourselves, Liverpool, Man United, and Spurs. So we could be looking at an all-English final. If Spurs can overturn the 1-0 defeat they got to Bayern Munich in the first leg, we could be looking at an all-English final. Barcelona's team on your screen right there. Palermo comes in instead of Sergi Roberto. Digne comes in at left back as well instead of Alba. And of course they have the same midfield three and front three of the first leg. But it took 9 minutes in this one before we got ourselves off to a good start. Neymar with the ball at his feet, tries to feed through Anthony Martial. A good tackle in the end stops him from running on to the through ball from Neymar. From the corner though, we managed to take it short here. It comes into the path of Joel Green, whips in a great ball towards the back post. And who else but Neymar Jr. on his return to, I want to say, the Nou Camp, but of course we've already established that it's not the Nou Camp. On his return to playing away at Barcelona, gets himself the opening goal of this game and makes it 3-1 on aggregate. Fantastic play all around the board. Joel Green with the assist into the world's best player in Neymar. Joel Green isn't far away actually as well, guys, so you know, it is what it is. 2 of the world's best players linking up and getting us off to the perfect start inside the first 10 minutes of the game. But Barcelona really did come back and try and threaten me goalwards. A fantastic move here, ending in a strike, I do believe. I'm not sure who actually takes the strike on. It might be Griezmann. Yes, it is Griezmann. Has a very good effort pushed away by Lou in the goal. 58 minutes in, I almost make a mistake there from the goal kick. And in the end, I did make a mistake. I give the ball away cheaply. And it just feels as though sometimes you can't get the ball out of your half. And when William Carvalho put in Gomez, who gave it back to Carvalho, I thought it was going to go into that bottom corner. But thankfully, it didn't. And the score remained 1-0. Into the 81st minute though, guys, we caught them on the break. Barcelona really tried to get themselves something back in this game. Of course you would. you know, it's the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Of course, you're going to try your best as James Rodriguez steals the ball back here, cuts inside a shoelace brilliantly, gives the ball into Neymar. Surely going to be 2-0. It comes back off of the post, but Martial is there to make it 2-0 and 4-1 on aggregate. Absolute domination in this one. The first leg was a lot more closer than this one, and they only had 10 men for that one, so it's quite weird to see the fact that we played better against the full 11 of Barcelona than we did against the 10. Fantastic little move, ending in a very weird goal, I have to say. The defender's so close, actually, to making a block on the line as Anthony Martial drove one goalwards, and there is the defender's challenge coming in, almost making a block, but unfortunately for Barca, couldn't manage it. We kept the clean sheet, we got the 2-0 victory, and we went through 4-1 on aggregate. You can see by match facts, it was a very even game. That time, though, as opposed to the West Ham game, our finishing did not let us down. So, very good the way we've got through that one. You can see the rest of the results on your screen. Liverpool actually beating Real Madrid 3-1 on aggregate, which means we will be playing possibly Liverpool in the next round. You will be seeing who we do, in fact, have in the next round coming up in the episode in just a second here. And I think in the end, Manchester United actually beat them, and Bayern also beat Spurs. So, yeah, Spurs are the only English team to get knocked out, but it's very, very good to see all English teams get into the quarterfinals. We are in the semis, as you can see on your screen, against Liverpool. So that's to come in the next episode of the Leeds United Career Mode, which will be interesting to see, because, of course, being a Premier League team, we've played them already, and we all know how our Liverpool games have been in the past. We've managed to get the better of them, but maybe the Champions League will be a different feat. But we have a sim game here against Watford in the league as well. You can see, I think it's pretty much the same team that just played against Barcelona. Semedo gets us off to the perfect start with a 20th minute goal to give us the lead in this one. Then Anthony Martial doubles our lead and then triples it in just before half-time and then just after half-time with 2 goals for himself in this one. And I think we win the game by 3 or 4 goals to nil. There is Januzaj as well, coming off the bench to grab himself a goal. So a very comfortable 4-0 victory, 3 more points in the league. But I'm not too bothered about it because, of course, personally, I feel as though the title was already wrapped up. But we are coming towards the back end of the episode, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed. If you have, smash that like button. If we could hit 15 likes on today's episode, that would be absolutely incredible. Let me know what you want me to do in terms of continuing the series on or restarting a new one with a different team. Just let me know in the comments below. Other than that, I've been Danny. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you all next time. Adios!